Welcome to Flip the Pages. My name is Hayadele Moiwataiwo. On Flip the Pages, I get to do what I love doing best, and that is talking about books. Flip the Pages is my YouTube channel dedicated to book reviews. And from time to time, I come here to talk about amazing books written by phenomenal authors. Today, I'm here with yet another interesting book. This book is so deep and it contains a lot of treasures. I've taken time to read through and I got quite a lot of wonderful stuffs from the book, and I made up my mind I'm going to bring this book on my YouTube channel to discuss the treasures that I discovered in it with book lovers who are all over the world. The title of the book is Money, Master the Game. Simple Steps to Financial Freedom, written by Tony Robbins. Don't mind this wonderful design made by my daughters. It shows how wonderful this book is to our family. I have taken time to read this book again and again and again and again because I discover that every time that I bring out the book to read, I see things from a new perspective. I discover new treasures, and I don't seem to ever get enough of this amazing book. You will do well to get a copy for yourself too. Now, talking about financial freedom and how to master the game, what are the interesting things that I took away from this book? This is the first episode in this series. I'm going to tag the series the Money series. It's going to run in 4 episodes. Today being the first episode, I want to talk about money, master the game. Let's start. What are the things that I discovered by reading this book? This episode, I'm going to talk about 2 major things that I discovered from reading this book. And I want to break these 2 things down. They are quite broad. So I'm going to break them down into subsets. The very first thing that I understood from this book is to actually understand money. What is money? What's money all about? Then secondly, the second thing I picked from the book is understand how money works. Now, let me take it one after the other. Now, the first thing I learned is understand it, referring to money. I discovered that growing up, we have heard so many things being said about money that positioned our minds, to relate to money in different ways. And most of the things we heard being spoken about money, most of them were quite negative. For instance, we've been hearing it for ages that money is the root of evil. Therefore, most of the time people are told to run away from money. People are told to shun money. People are told to see money as something evil. Reading this book, I discovered that money is not evil. Money is 3 things. The first thing is money is a reward. Money is a reward for whatever it is that you have taken, that whatever it is you've taken time to produce in terms of services, in terms of products. Money is a reward for services rendered. Money is a reward for products sold. Understanding that will help you to know that in itself, money is not evil. Secondly, I discovered that money is a tool. Just like every other thing that you use to make life easier, to accomplish tasks, to reach your goals, money is also a wonderful tool. It depends on whose hand it is. If money is in the hands of a good person, it will become a good tool. If money is in the hands of a bad person, it will become a bad tool. So in itself, money is not bad. It depends on who is holding the money. Money is going to reflect the character of the person who is in possession of it. The third thing I understood about understanding money is the fact that money is a defense. Money has power to get things done. Money can give you wings to fly. Money can give you strength to do something. Money is actually a form of strength, financial strength. It's true. So understanding all these things about money changed my perception about money. Now, I said the first thing I want to talk about is understand it. There is no way you can appreciate something that you disdain. There is no way you can manage something that you don't see as good. And there is no way you can have a healthy relationship with money if your perception of money is awkward and bent out of shape. Going further in this book, I discovered that our perception about money is something that we need to straighten up. We need to straighten up our perception about money. Still talking about our perception about money in order to understand money. I discovered something, after reading this book, and I discovered that money is a tool that you are going to need throughout your lifetime. In fact, the truth of the matter is, money is something you have been spending before you were born. Let me explain that. At the point of being conceived in your mom's womb, a time came when she needed to outgrow her regular clothes because you are growing in her womb. And as a result, there was a point in time that she would have needed to get extra big clothes in form of maternity clothes so that she can comfortably house you in her body. At that point, before you were born, money has been answering to you. And before you come to the realization and understanding of what money is, you've started spending money. Everything needed to take care of you as a new baby, everything was bought with money. That is another thing that I want you to understand. Now let's take it further. The moment you grew up and you come into the realization of money being a legal tender, you started working in one way or the other in order to earn money. At that point, you are still spending money, working to make money so that you can live comfortably. That is in the second phase after being born. Now, by the time you grow to the point of old age, God willing, and you depart, money will still be spent to take care of your body. Do you get the point now? So there is no point in life when money will not be needed. To that end, I see it as something paramount to take time to study about money. What is money? How does it work? How can I make money? How can I relate well with money? This understanding, that I got from this book made me to pay attention to everything written in the book. Understand money. It is very wonderful in this age to discover that there are parents who are intentional about raising their children and they are beginning to teach them about money from a very tender age. That knowledge is very, very crucial, and that step is something that should be applauded. You need a reorientation about money. You need to discard whatever it is that you've been taught that is negative, and you need to reprogram your mind with other things that are positive so that you can embrace this truth and take time to learn about money. It's not enough to just say in quotes, I'm hustling for money. It's wonderful for you to take time to understand what is this thing all about and how does it work. You cannot afford to work without understanding why are you working, what are you working for. You need to take time to educate yourself about money. Financial literacy is very, very crucial to your existence. You will need it at some point. Now, having justified the need, for you to understand how money works, let's move on to the second point. Before I move on to the second point in this video, at the beginning I said something. There is a misconception that money is the root of all evil. There is nothing that is further from the truth. I have come to the realization that it is not money that is evil. It is the love of money that is evil. And when we talk about love in that context, when you check the Bible, the word that is translated love in that place refers to an excessive love, lusting after money, something that you are willing to get at all costs, and you do not mind who is injured in the process. You don't mind breaking rules, you don't mind breaking laws in the process, something that you crave, something that is born out of greed. Love in that particular verse refers to greed, it refers to avarice, and that is where one can easily stumble about money. So it is not money that is the root of evil, it is the lust of money, the love of money, the greed for money that is evil. Now, that is the first thing that I got about understand it. Understand money. In several parts of the world, there are different currencies being used. But whatever currency is being used in any part of the world, it is a legal tender. So I want you to start teaching yourself, changing your perception about money. Most of the time, we find it so hard to benefit from things that are essential to our day-to-day living because we have a closed up mind. I want to encourage you. Let me step out a little bit out of this book and say this. I want to encourage you to take time to understand things for yourself. No matter what you've been taught, take time to develop critical reasoning. Take time to question things. Take time to get to the root of knowledge. Take time to understand concepts. Take time to understand ideas. Take time to question what has been handed over so that you can have a very good image of whatever it is that you've been given. Most of the time, a lot of people are struggling financially because of their perception about money, because of their mindset about money, because of their attitude towards money. I want you to develop a very teachable spirit, a spirit that seeks to know, a spirit that seeks to learn, that you can enjoy your life and what life has to offer. There is nothing dignifying about being a soul who does not seek after knowledge. Seek to know, seek to discover, seek to find out. Develop critical reasoning. Develop a mind that is always asking questions and seeking answers to such questions. That is how to thrive. Having a sound knowledge about money and how it works will enhance your life. That is something that I got from this book. Let me read it briefly. In this book, I'm on page 5 and I read, "What would it be like to live your life on your own terms? What would it mean to know you had the opportunity to start your own business, or that you could afford to buy a home for your parents and send your kids to college, or have the freedom to travel the world? How would you live your life if you could wake up each day knowing there was enough money coming in to cover not only your basic needs, but also your goals and dreams?" We all have lofty dreams, we have lofty ideas. We want to live well, we want to travel around the world, we want our children to be okay, we want our needs to be met. It is therefore crucial for us to understand money. What is it? You need to understand it. Understand money. That's the very first point in this video. Before I move on to the second point in this video, I want to implore you to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Feel free to share my video to your loved ones, and do not forget to click on the like button. If you want to work on your book, you want to edit, you want to proofread, you want someone that can proofread for you, feel free to get in touch with me. That is what I do. I'm a bookpreneur. If you want to write your biography, you have ideas, you have sketches of ideas, but you don't know how to merge everything together and put them on paper to form a complete thought in a book, do get in touch with me. I'll be more than willing to work with you. Let's change the world one book at a time. My email addresses are on the screen. I'll be more than willing and super excited to hear from you. Also, I would like to introduce you to my second channel. The second channel is dedicated to faith and lifestyle content. The name of the second channel on YouTube is A Well Watered Garden. Check it up. You will find something amazing Now let's continue with the video. The second thing that I got from this book is that there is need for you to understand how money works. If you have something and you have not taken time to understand how it works, there is every possibility of you to misuse it or to handle it in a way that is not beneficial to you, to the functioning of that particular thing. In this book, I learned that you need to understand how money works. You need to understand how does it flow from one hand to another. It is rightly called currency because it flows from one person to another. It flows from one marketplace to another marketplace. It flows from country to country. It moves around. So you need to understand how money works. Everyone would like to be rich, but do we actually understand the principles? How does money work? There is need for us to take time to understand how does money work. In this book, I discover 4 ways how it works. Let me start from the first one. The first thing you need to know about money is the fact that you need to earn it. There is no amount of gift that you are given if you are not working. There is no way you can be sustained. There is no wealth without enterprise. You need to earn it. You need to give a product. You need to render some services in order for you to earn money. Let me read something from the book to that effect. Let's go. This is page 193, and I read, "The only way to become wealthy and still wealthy is to find a way to do more for others than anyone else is doing in an area that people really value." In order for you to earn money, you need to create value. I cannot overemphasize that point enough. In order for you to have a reliable source of income, you must be someone who is value driven. You must be someone who is always thinking of the value. What can you bring to the table? How can you make the world a better place? What are the products that you can sell? What are the services that you can render? Where can you work? What can you offer? Money goes to the hands of people who are creating value. I want you to look at yourself, look at your life, and look at the ways you can create value. There is no way you can enjoy true wealth if you are not creating value of any sort. Like I said at the beginning of the video, money is actually a reward for value generated. Going further, how does money work? Let's move to the next point, the second point. How does money work? The second thing you need to realize is that it's one thing for you to earn money, it's another thing for you to consciously make it a point of duty to set something aside. You cannot afford to drain all the resources coming to you. You have to be smart enough to know that you need to keep something aside. That is how money works. Let me read something from the book to that effect. On page 65, and I read, it says, "Your financial future will flow from your ability to save systematically." This book talks about saving, not only saving, but saving systematically. It will be so impossible for me to mention everything that I got from this book. Like I said at the beginning, the book is so detailed that you are going to gain a lot. You need to cultivate the habit of putting something aside. You need to cultivate the habit of making it a point of duty to ensure that there is something kept away from what you want to spend. You cannot afford to spend it all. That is one way in which money works. And what's another way in which money works? The third way in which it works is that you need to multiply it. Talking about how you need to multiply money, this book says something on page 57. Let me read it. "It doesn't matter how much money you earn. If you don't set aside some of it, you can lose it all. You will accumulate it in an environment you feel certain is safe, but still offers the opportunity for it to grow." In other words, it's one thing for you to save money, it's another thing for that money to grow. Money has the capacity to grow. It has the capacity to be multiplied if you take time to save it systematically. And the last thing under how money works is for you to earn more. How does money work? You need to discover that apart from earning it, apart from saving it, apart from multiplying it, there is need for you to multiply, to earn more. You may be asking, why do I need to earn more? So that you can expand your choices, so that you can have choices, so that you can be freer to do other things. You cannot be living to earn money. You must get to a point whereby you earn more, so that you can save more, so that you can multiply more, so that you can enjoy financial freedom. Let me read something quickly from the book. Page 261. The book says, to have more, you simply have to become more. In order for you to earn more, you need to become more. Talking about money, master the game. We've discovered that we need to understand money. We need to understand how it works. And the two of these boils down to something. It boils down to being intentional about understanding how it works, how to earn it, how to save it, how to multiply it, and how to earn more. In rounding up the video, I want to encourage you to take time to look at your financial life. How are you faring? I want to encourage you to look at your financial life. How are you faring? What are the things that you need to do? Do you need to develop a new perception about money? Like I said in the course of the video, you need to come to the point of being critical in your thinking so that you can advance in life and live a better life. There is no dignity in holding on to what you've been taught without checking the validity of such teachings. You need to come to the point where you learn, you unlearn, and you relearn. The illiterate of the 21st century is not someone who cannot read or write. The illiterate of the 21st century is the person who cannot unlearn, relearn, and learn. To that end, I would like to encourage you to do something about your financial life so that you can step into financial stability. I would like to learn more from you as you listen to this video. Through your comments, I would like you to write something about money. Let the members of the community, let's learn from the words of your experience regarding money. And in addition to that, I would like to know, where are you listening from? Thank you so much for being a part of today's video. I do not in any way take it for granted. Until I come your way very soon with the second episode, this is Ayodele Moiwatai was saying thanks for joining and